Hello, you lovely people. Rooster, straight off the bat, making sacrifices when we get older and life-changing decisions is something that all of us can't do. And as much as many people would like to make a life-changing decision and a sacrifice, some people just simply can't do it. Either because they are too scared to do it or financially not able to do it. So when I came here, massive gamble for me, but it was a gamble that I was willing to take because I didn't have anything to lose. And I think that's the best time to take a gamble if you've got nothing to lose. If you've got, as the losses accumulate, if you have something to lose, I haven't, or I didn't. The only thing I was losing, was life as I knew it. And I was willing to give up my life as I knew it to try something else. And, I was in, Japan and, South Korea. Great countries, but countries that I wouldn't like to live in. And then coming here, it was definitely opened up my eyes. That's one thing for sure. Opened up my eyes, and not just in the context of being another country, but how it works here. It's like it's unorganized chaos on the roads, especially, which seems to work to a degree, although there is many accidents. I was involved in 2 of them. But I was willing to take that chance. And this is not just a chance of moving out of your own country, but this is a life-changing decision that I made, which for me paid off. Not financially paid off, but paid off through happiness. And contentment, I think, is the word I'm looking for. And obviously we've all got different levels of contentment. Now, because I'm a quite simplistic person, always have been simplistic to a degree. And I think the small things that make me happy would certainly not make every other person happy. Like me, and this is the truth, guys, what makes me happy is just waking up in the morning, sitting out here with a cup of coffee, looking out at what I'm looking out at, right now. And I'm happy with that. But sacrifices, I was leaving my 2 sons in England, adults, they are adults, they finished their education, they are working, and they've got their own lives, their own girlfriends, their own friends, and obviously, the only thing that bothers me with that is, the longer that I've been here, we've still got a great bonding relationship, but the contact seems to get less and less over the time. And I have contact with my youngest son, who's 26, maybe once every 3 weeks, I think, something like that. Sometimes it can be longer, sometimes it can be shorter. But we've both got like a passion of boxing, watching boxing events. So when there's a decent boxing event, or my son will, Dad, are you watching it? Yeah, I'm going to watch it tonight, son. And I'll watch it here, and he's watching it there in the UK. And, we've got it on the screen, and we've got our Facebook Messenger video. So we're looking at each other, talking to each other about how the fight's gone. But it has certainly got less. And, just because I've got, a child here, a family here, It doesn't replace, my previous kids, and it never would. It's not meant to do that. I've got as much love for my son here as I've equally for my two sons in England, and that'll never change. But the sacrifices sometimes that you make, does it have to be done? It depends how you are. My sacrifices that I made, I weighed up the pros and the cons, and I got my son's blessings, before I left. But I don't think they thought that I was going to stick it out. I really thought that they were thinking that I'd be back after 6 months or 1 year. But nevertheless, they still give me their blessing. And I think here, when you're with a partner, they never truly understand what sacrifice we've made. Leaving children behind. Children, they still your children, no matter how old they are, if they're adults or not. They still your children. And my wife says to me often, well, why don't you go back and see them? And I say, well, I will get them to come here, but they working, you see. But I think this year, my eldest son, he's a workaholic, and he's like a Japanese person where he puts his work before anything else. And the chances of him coming out here is, I think it's getting slimmer and slimmer. So I think I'm going to have a trip back to England anyway, just to see them and see some friends, I suppose. But I wouldn't be there for long. I wouldn't stay there no more than a couple of weeks. But my youngest son, he keeps threatening to come out here. He's been threatening to come out here for blooming heck the last year. And it's his birthday in May. And he said, Dad, I'll be out there for my birthday. And I'm thinking, okay, son, brilliant, excellent. I don't hold my breath. But I hope he does. But sacrifices. And people might say, well, you're selfish. Sometimes, when you get older, you have to be a bit selfish, because these are twilight years, like it or not. The twilight years of your life. And the twilight years of your life should be doing what you would like to do. So, yes, it is being selfish to a degree. But why not? We've sacrificed so much during our lives, bringing our children up, ensuring that they get a good education and putting them through university. Well, I did anyway. So, yeah, it's always very difficult, and it's always very traumatic sometimes when I think, what's my sons doing now? Are they all right? And I do traumatize myself by thinking too hard about it. And then I'll call them, and then there's no answer. Or I'll send a message, no reply. Oh, God, what's going on now? Because it's a constant worry no matter how old they are. So it does traumatize me when I can't get hold of them or them. My eldest son, the contact between me and my eldest son is very sporadic, very. But nevertheless, Christmas times and all that, he'll message. Happy Christmas, Dad. Happy New Year. Father's Day last year, he didn't message, and I got really upset over that. And I didn't message him, but he messaged me the following day. Sorry, Dad, I forgot Father's Day. It's okay. Out of sight, out of mind. But that did upset me, actually. My youngest son always messages. Life goes on, guys, doesn't it? Life does go on. But I don't think, your partners here fully understand what sacrifices you've made to come here. And we have made a big sacrifice coming here. Putting up with this, putting up with that. But to me, it's still worth it. To me, I wouldn't, it's not a big enough reason for me to go back. And even if I did go back, because of their missing kids, it wouldn't be the right thing to do, because I'm sure yes, it'd be great for the short space of time we'll be together, but then they've got their own lives, they've got their own things to do and their own friends and their own little routines, and they wouldn't want Dad around all the time. But I am seriously considering going back there for a couple of weeks. If my son doesn't come by May, I'll probably I would definitely only go back there during the summer months. I wouldn't want to go back there during the winter. So if they don't come this year, or he doesn't come this year for his birthday, I'll probably make a journey back a couple of weeks. But yeah, we all make a sacrifice, guys, don't we? And right or wrong, make it strong. And that's not just coming to the Philippines, that's anything in life, anything. But I think I've made my last sacrifice by coming here. My last sacrifice of leaving people behind anyway. I'm happy here now, and I'll probably die here. It doesn't matter where you die, does it? You know, some people say to me here, you know, oh, you know, if you die, will you be buried in the Philippines? Yeah, it doesn't matter where I'm buried. You know, I don't know where I'm at. And I think the chances are here, your family here would come and see you. Not that it makes any difference to me. I don't know what's happening. But in England, you know, they tend to forget. And I was one of them people as well with my mother, and I used to go there all the time. But then I left, you know, where my mother was living, and I moved away. So I haven't been to my mother's grave now for, oh my word, she died in 29. No, when did she die? My goodness. 2001 she died. And I haven't been back to see my mother for 15 years at the grave. But that's what happens in England, you know. They don't really come and visit you and tend to your grave after a certain amount of time. And you've only got to walk around cemeteries yourself to see that. The graves are unkept. And then in the end, you forgot about anyway, because all of your family ends up dying. And, you know, the new members of your family, they never knew you. And you're never spoke about, so you're forgot. You know, you are ashes and dust. That's what you are. It's part of life. Death is part of life. And I think that's why when you get a bit older and you see people dying, you know, like some of my friends from school have died, you know, and you see your family dying around you, and then you actually realise your own mortality. Whereas I never thought about it in my 30s, 40s, but in my 50s now, I do think about it a little bit more often. Don't want to, but I do. And having a son as well here, I tend to eat more healthily. I tend to do more exercise, not intentionally, but I have to, chasing my boy around. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And, you know, there's many foreigners who, you know, don't make that, you know, that jump. And I don't blame you either. If it's something that you've got too much to lose behind and it's too much of a sacrifice, then we're all different, you know. We're all very, very different indeed. And as I said before, that's what makes the world go around, is we're not the same as each other. And me, I'm just happy with a simplistic life. I love, you know, what I've got here, and couldn't wish for anything more, to be honest. I think if I was younger, maybe would I want to live out here where I live? Probably not. I think I was more of a where things were happening, not necessarily where things are happening lively style, but restaurants and things like this. Because where I am, there is no restaurants at all. I've got to get on my bike and ride 15 kilometers into the city of Dipolog, and there's plenty of restaurants there. But that also is not a bad thing, because it gives you something to look forward to at the weekends or when you do go. Because I think if everything is on your doorstep, it's taken for granted. So by going out for a meal wouldn't really excite you as much as it does if you got to go to it, you know, travel to it 15 kilometers away to life. And I totally get it that this is not everyone's idea of a perfect life, living out here where I live. But for me, I'll just turn this around so you can see what I'm looking at, you see. So this is what I look at every time I come out, is all of this. And this keeps me happy. Again, it's not for everyone. But for me, the small things are the biggest things. to me. Gonna have a few beers tomorrow. I've prepared, got the video in the house here. Because like I said before, if you can't beat them here, you've got to join them. So I'm having a few beers tomorrow. Got to do a little bit of some business today. Got to go and have a look at something for somebody. And a couple of hours work today. That's it. Might have a drink tonight as well, actually. Why not? It's Friday. Why not? You know, life is for living. Life is for living. And again, because I don't drink that often, when I do drink, I enjoy it. But boy, do I suffer. The next day I get the palpitations and everything. You know, I get that depression. Like, oh God, I'm blowing my head up with a shotgun. That's the after effects of the drink, isn't it? If you're like a seasoned drinker, perhaps you don't get that. You know, the depressive signs afterwards. I think I get the feel depressed the second day after having a good drink. And oh God, you know, and I'm walking around and it's just because I'm not that used to it. But anyway, guys, it's just a very video of here and there and nothing really. I just thought I'd make a video because the house is quiet. It's not quiet on the road. There's a bike with no baffles or no silencer going down the road, but that's a normal part of thing here too. So anyway, thank you guys for dropping by and to listen to me ramble on. And thanks for the subscriptions. It's gone crazy. My site's gone crazy. My channel. So many subscriptions. So many. You know, every time I look, there's more subscriptions. So I must be doing something right, eh? And like you guys said before, the haters, you know, yeah, it does bother me a bit. It does. Because I think, you know, I've tried to do the best I can and you just get shitty comments, derogatory comments that are not related to your channel. But that's neither here nor there. You know, like many of you guys have said, just, you know, it takes you up there and there, the algorithms. So yeah, guys, if you want to be some of you, I'm pleased it's only a minority of you that leave the hating comments, but I just delete anyway now. That's it, yeah, just delete. That's what I do. But anyway, guys, thank you for dropping by again, and like, subscribe. You know, it's nice to see the channel grow. Might do a video of tomorrow, but not of the videoke because obviously it's copyright. But there'll be a few people around here tomorrow night, Filipinos, and go and do a bit of chicken and things like that, a bit of pork, and some food. Palutan when you're eating, when you're drinking, a bit of palutan. It might get messy. Well, it will do. It makes I'll pass out about 12 o'clock. That'll be it. I'll have had enough. Unconsciousness. Thank you guys. Take good care wherever you are. Thank you.